This week's Michigan Lottery Excellence in Education winner is Matt McLeod from Decatur Public Schools. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
We have a video from your nominator. Let's take a look.
Hello, my name is Patrick Craig. I'm Superintendent of Decatur Public Schools, and I nominated Matt McLeod for an Excellence in Education Award because he's a true educational leader. He understands what students need to learn, and he works with his staff to help them create lessons that are engaging and challenge the students to think. He puts the needed extra hours in to help the junior-senior high school become a top-performing school. Decatur Public Schools is a better place to learn and to grow because of people like Matt McLeod.
Matt, what goes through your mind? That's your boss.
No, that's our superintendent, Dr. Cragen, and he's a great guy, and he does just great a job in Decatur as I do, so I appreciate him nominating me.
When you found out, what went through your mind?
Oh, I was excited, a little surprised. I think that it was nice to be recognized for all the years I put into education, and while it's it's worthwhile to get an award like this. I mean, just being an educator in that many years in education, there's some intrinsic rewards that go into it that are also important to me.
Because you were a classroom teacher before being a principal, so how did that aid you in your position that you have now?
Well, I started off teaching high school science in Decatur for 17 years, taught a variety of science classes, and there just came a point in time where we were going through some transition in the building with a few different principals, and we were really in some need of some solid leadership and some change. And a lot of my colleagues at the time kind of tried to push me or convince me into taking on that role, and I did. I decided to become the principal, and I've been there for 11 years. And a lot of times I still miss teaching. I miss having the connections with students on every single day in a classroom, but I find that my job, while it's difficult and challenging, it's very rewarding to kind of be the leader of the building and still be able to interact with kids and teachers and make a positive impact on that building.
And so for you, because you've been in the school district for so long, what's that like watching the children grow? Because they've gone from freshman all the way up to senior, and you see the changes that happen.
Oh yeah, I for the most part, I deal with students for 7 years, from the time they enter 6th grade to the time they graduate. And for the most part, it's extremely rewarding. We do have a lot of great kids who are going to be successful no matter what we do for them, but I get the most reward out of watching kids who I struggle with as 6th and 7th graders, whether it's academically or behaviorally, and taking into account the probably dozens and dozens of times I have individual conferences with them in my office, and then down the road being able to call their name at graduation and seeing how excited they are to get their diploma. And that's really rewarding for both the student and me, and that's one of the best parts of the job, is to watch the growth of kids over the course of 7 years.
What advice would you have for other administrators or teachers?
I think that there's so much emphasis placed on curriculum and what are we teaching our students, and that's extremely important, but it really comes down to the relationships that you build with kids. I have lots of kids. Decatur's a small town, and a lot of the kids that I had as students, they stay around the area. And in fact, currently I've got so many kids in my building who I had their parents as students. And when I talk with old students or I talk with kids, they don't talk about remembering, thanking me for teaching them about photosynthesis. They talk to me about the relationships we had and how I made them feel, and the value that we had just interacting with each other. So I would say, whether it's teachers or educators or administration, the most important thing is the relationships you build, because those will last a lifetime.
Well, thank you for making those relationships and for what you do.
All right, thank you.
Matt from Decatur Junior Senior High School receives a $2,000 check from the Lottery Commissioner, Susanna Shkreli. Excellence in Education Awards, sponsored by the Michigan Lottery, providing more than $28 billion to public education since 1972.